planning to strip Harry and Meghan of their royal titles when he ascends to the throne.
Fresh off a British Airways flight with jet lag clinging to him like a designer scarf, he steps into the charmingly bleak grey wash of London. No paparazzi, no red carpet, just one man, one duffel bag, and a political powder keg primed to blow. Something was clearly off. You could read it in his shoulders, stiff, coiled, like someone walking into a courtroom unsure whether they're giving testimony or being dragged in for sentencing. And while he was off paying £5.50 for a lukewarm soy latte at Heathrow, the wheels of British democracy were already creaking into motion. Inside Parliament, MPs from all directions were parking themselves for what was being hyped as the debate of the decade. Picture the House of Commons, only with extra snark and a faint smell of burning tradition. The agenda, a no-nonsense motion to reassess whether Prince Harry still deserves to swan around with the Duke of Sussex title after what's now being dubbed his extended sabbatical from royal alignment. In non-palace speak, the gloves are off. But this wasn't just the usual anti-monarchy background noise echoing in the void. Oh no, this had actual political momentum. The motion was spearheaded by none other than Conservative MP Bob Seeley. Yes, the same gent who charmingly dubbed Harry a quasi-celebrity activist last year. And surprise, surprise, Labour didn't slam the brakes this time. Even a few middle ground MPs decided it was worth a conversation, which in Westminster translates to, Harry's become a hot new bargaining chip. Meanwhile, back in Kensington, aides were doing what aides do best, panicking in well-cut suits. Royal phones lit up like a Christmas tree in crisis mode. William's team, silent as a palace corridor at midnight. No leaks, no statements, just the royal equivalent of ghosting. We do not comment on parliamentary proceedings. Translation? Good luck out there, buddy. You're officially flying solo. And Meghan, still basking in the California sun, reportedly knee-deep in mood boards and strategy decks for a Netflix rebranding summit. But the moment the parliamentary motion hit the headlines, sources say she went from calm to Category 5. Not just because of the potential title snatch, but because of when it dropped. This wasn't some dusty constitutional footnote. It was a direct missile aimed at the Sussex brand. And Meghan Markle doesn't do passive when it comes to brand sabotage. Then came the media frenzy. By 6 p.m., British tabloids were frothing, and even across the Atlantic, things were going full tabloid apocalypse. Prince Harry faces title removal, Parliament in uproar, screamed the Daily Mail. Sussex is in crisis, stripped of royal shield, howled the New York Post. Even CNN, not known for royal drama, slapped up a chyron. Royal split goes nuclear. And that's when Harry lost it. According to multiple eyewitnesses, because of course there were multiple, he stormed out of a private meeting near Clarence House, phone clutched in a white-knuckled grip, mid-expletive tirade, shouting into the receiver, red-faced, pacing like a man who just realized the crown bites back. And the quote he dropped? Oh, it's already being memed, merchandised, and whispered across Westminster like royal gospel. Allegedly, he screamed into the phone, "They wouldn't dare, not after everything I've done for them." And let's just hit pause right there, because that one sings. It doesn't just hint, it blares that Harry still believes he's earned that title, like full loyalty points card stamped and ready. Meanwhile, Parliament's over here basically saying, cute sentiment. Now please pack up your desk and return your nameplate to reception. As for the public, Twitter descended into digital trench warfare within minutes. On one side, the anti-Harry brigade sharpening their pitchforks. Good. He turned his back on the crown, let him go. And on the other, the defenders, eyes rolling and hashtags flying. So now we punish people for telling the truth? But amid all the screaming matches and royal hot takes, guess who kept their thumbs off the keyboard? The palace. Nothing. Not a peep. And in royal terms, that's basically a megaphone blast. Because if they had even an ounce of interest in shielding Harry's title, now would have been the moment to step in with the classic vague but ominous statement. A throwaway line from Charles, or a carefully worded non-comment from Kensington Palace, could have shut this down in 10 seconds flat. Instead, crickets. Elegant, impeccably tailored crickets. And then there's the legal elephant in the room. If Parliament actually follows through on this, we're sailing straight into uncharted constitutional waters. There's no royal playbook for how you formally demote a duke whose biggest crime is being too Californian for the crown. The stakes? Enormous. The precedent? Non-existent. But the drama? positively regal. No modern royal has ever had their peerage stripped by a legislative vote, not even Prince Andrew, whose scandals make Harry's look like an overlong college essay on emotional resilience. And that is what makes this moment not just unprecedented, but radioactive. Because if Parliament actually yanks Harry's Duke of Sussex title, the sacred veil around royal titles gets torn wide open. They go from lifelong honors to whatever Parliament feels about you that week. Suddenly, dukedoms are just one bad headline away from being repossessed. And here's the spicy core of it all. Harry knows exactly what's at stake. That's why, according to sources with very polished boots on the ground, he's already huddling with a transatlantic legal team. That's right, he's lawyering up. The full Hollywood machine is apparently warming its engines. Attorneys, PR strategists, branding gurus, crisis consultants, and probably someone with Diana Specialist in their job title. Because for Team Sussex, this isn't just a nameplate on royal stationery, it's about legitimacy, identity, and the last shimmering thread tying their empire of media deals, Netflix cash, Archewell ambition, and curated influence back to the crown. And make no mistake, they're not reacting, they're playing chess. Charles, cold and calculating, letting the system do the dirty work while he keeps his gloves clean. William, silently drawing a very bold line between the dutiful heir and the disobedient spare. And Kate? Reportedly staying quiet, at least in public, which in royal speak is basically a strategic silence wrapped in pearls and diplomacy. Every move is measured, every silence is loaded. The monarchy may be ancient, but when it comes to warfare, especially the PR kind, they're nothing if not modern. But don't be fooled by the royal silence or Kate's serene photo ops. Every carefully placed Middleton murmur in the background is subtly guiding the narrative, shaping the optics like seasoned PR shadow puppeteers. Meanwhile, the Sussexes, utterly isolated. The battlefield isn't a glossy magazine cover or a Netflix documentary. It's Parliament, and the stakes? Nothing short of Harry's royal identity being voted out of existence. So, what happens next? Does Harry step up to a mic and finally break his silence? Will Meghan craft one of her signature razor-sharp statements, dripping in polished indignation? Could the palace pull a last-minute maneuver to save face? Or will they sit back, hands clean, while Parliament does what no one else has dared? If MPs push the button, we're not just stripping a title, we're rewriting the royal rulebook, reducing Harry Sussex to Harry Windsor, private citizen of a country that once called him a prince. Let's be clear, this has moved far beyond royal family drama. We're knee-deep in constitutional warfare now, and the Sussexes know it. Back in Montecito, Meghan wasn't sipping green juice in serene detachment. She was reportedly pacing like a five-star general at DEFCON 1. While Harry unraveled in London, she was on a Zoom call flanked by Archewell brass, her West Coast PR cavalry, and a couple of furious, very expensive lawyers from WME. And according to one impeccably placed source, the first words out of her mouth were, "This is an orchestrated takedown. Someone inside the palace wants us erased." If that's true, then this isn't just a crisis. It's a full-blown palace coup by proxy, and the final act is just getting started. What do you think of this drama? Let us know in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe Celebrity Insider News and press the bell icon for more celebrity gossips. Thanks for watching.